PHR208 week 2 hybrid A or blended A. So we did all the sig codes in class. So I took a picture of what we did in class. So for deciphering, it's already there. You just have to do the 1 through 20, right? So that's what you guys have been entering in. So let's go down to the bottom where the math is, and I'll show you guys how to do that. 21. Alright, so for 21, this is what's called QSing, or quantity sufficient. So in this case, the doctor gave us EDS, so the drug should last 14 days. But what the doctor didn't do is tell us how much to give them. So it's usually pharmacy to QS. Or the pharmacy, you'll need to figure out how much to give the patient. So each dose, how many mLs are they getting? 15 mLs, right? And how many times a day are they going to take that 15 mLs? 3 times, right? Because it's TID. And for how many days?
14.
So all you guys have to do is give me the final answer. So we come up with the answer by multiplying 15 mLs per dose 3 times a day for 14 days. So how many mLs are required? You guys punch it in. Calculators at the end of the desk. 630. Is that what you got? Everyone got 630? So just enter in 630. So if you're in the pharmacy, you know you'll need to measure out that much ml of the drug for a 14-day supply. So it's going opposite of EDS. All right, number 22, EDS. You take the amount dispensed and you divide it by how much they take in a day. And that will determine EDS, estimated days supply. So this is asking, if we gave the patient 90 tablets, how many days should it last them? Or when do we expect them to come back for a refill? Right? So we're always going to assume that the patient takes as much medication that they can in a day. So we always want to go with the maximum. So you take the amount dispensed, in this case it was 90, and we're going to divide it by how many they can take in a day. So what's more, 1 or 2? 2, right? What's going to give you more doses? Every 4 hours or every 6 hours? Yeah, every 4 hours will give you 6 doses. So if you take 2 tablets 6 times, that's a total of 12 in a day. And remember to round up or down. Round down. Always round down. You cannot give a patient a half-day supply because they'll run out in the middle. So round down, and we'll expect them to come back at the end of EDS, estimated day supply. So what do you guys get? 90 divided by 12, rounded down. 6 days, 7 days? 8 days? So round down, right? Are you sure? 7 or 8, round down. Did you round up or down?
6.
Uh-oh.
It says 7.5, so round down is 6.
Round down is 7.
7.
Round down is 7. All right, so make sure you round down. So take 90 divided by 12. 7. Round down to the nearest days. We are rounding down because we cannot give them a half-day supply drug. They will run out. No, we give them 90 tablets, which only lasts them 7 days. We do not round up EDS because they'll run out. We do not. Sir, we do not give partial day supply. So we're going to round it down because they're going to come back on day 7. Day 8, they wouldn't have enough drug. Do you understand? Comprende? Capiche? Well? No? Okay, you don't want to put 8 because then they'll come back on the 9th day. They run out of drugs after 7.5 days. Got it? Capiche? It's like baseball. After 2.5 innings, it's the 3rd inning. So, round down. Always round down. So check your math. I put those notes in. Make sure you check your additional comments in your assignments, because a lot of you guys got the EDS wrong because you didn't round down. You gave me the fraction or you rounded up. So round down. Everyone understands now? Not what you want to do, not what you want to do, what I want you guys to do, right? So round down. What was your question?
How do you know whether to multiply or divide?
Based on the SIG. So EDS, you always determine. So if I gave you $100 and you spend $5 a day, how many days would that last you? You divide. You always divide. If I gave you $100, you use $5 a day for lunch. How many days of lunch can you buy? All right. So same thing. We gave them 90 tablets. They use 12 a day. How many days would that last them? All right.
So what if the problem don't have EDS?
What do you mean? It's gonna ask you for EDS if it wants EDS. It's based on the SIG and how much you dispense. Estimated days supply. How long this drug will last? When do we expect them to return for a refill? We covered this in week 1. So review those videos that were recorded in class. This should be a review. EDS should be a review from week 1. So go back, watch those videos. So just enter 7 for number 22. All right, flow rate. The units of flow rate is mLs divided by hours. So it even tells you to put it over 2 hours. So all you gotta do is take your mLs and you divide it by 2 hours. So please enter the final answer. Do not enter all the math that I'm writing in to explain to you guys how to do this. So what should you enter as your final answer for number 23?
25.
Yeah, so just enter 25. So it's going to be 25 mLs per hour. You don't need the units because the units are already here. They tell you round to the nearest mLs per hour. So just give me the numerical value as stated in week 1. All right, so that's flow rate, easy enough. We will go to drip rate later on in week 3 and week 4 when we convert mLs per hour into drops per minute. All right, looking ahead to week 3, we're gonna have to use order and supply. So it's real easy. All you got to do is it's order over supply all day long. Take your order divided by your supply. So how many units will this patient use in a day? How many units will they use in a day? So that would be our order per day. So how many units can they take?
50 minus 70?
50 to 70. So what's the most?
50 to 70.
So what's the most?
Oh, 70.
70, all right? So how many times can they use 70 units?
So would that be 100 divided by?
Order over supply. You got to figure. First you got to figure out how much drug they need in a whole day. So they need 70 units per dose. How many doses in a day, based on the SIG? 4. So how many units will that be in a day? 70. 4 times is how many units? That is how many? 280. So that's 280 units. So that's our order, and you just divide that by the supply. So 280 divided by the supply strength, 100. So you come out with how many mLs rounded to the nearest 0.1 ml? Are you sure? 2.8, right? 2.8. Yeah, you got calculators right there at the edge of your table. Make sure you use them. So 280 divided by 100. So always order over supply. So here we got to figure out how much they're going to use per day because the question asks how much is required per day. Right, so you're going to have to do some conversion. All right, lastly, EDS. We have to do an extra conversion for drops. So for eye drops and ear drops, we're going to estimate in this class you get 20 drops per ml. So if I have a 6 ml bottle, how many drops do I have? 6 mLs, 20 drops per ml. How many total drops is that?
4.
So that's 20 times 6, which is 120. Right? So that's how much we gave them. We gave them 120 drops worth based on our approximation of 20 drops per ml in this class. So make sure you jot this down, make a flashcard for eye drops and ear drops. We're going to estimate 20 drops per ml for EDS. How many drops can they use in a day? How much is V? 5. How many eyes? 2. How many times a day? 3 doses in a day, right? In a 24-hour period, there's 3 doses. So 5 times 2 times 3. So how many drops do they use in a day? 30. So make sure you round down. 120 divided by 30, and make sure you round down. So it's going to be 4 days. So just enter in 4 for the EDS. So preview from week 1. We reinforce it again in week 2. So if you're still having issues, or if this is the first time seeing this, go back to week 1 and revisit the videos. Alright, so this was week 2 hybrid A. Review the video for SIG codes 2, and then we did it in class. I took a picture. So if you have any questions still, just refer to the images.